CF Montreal, formerly the Montreal Impact, are the third Canadian team to join Major League Soccer, and in their time in MLS are probably have been the second most successful and second most relevant team in Major League Soccer north of the border. And like all MLS teams that have been around for almost a decade or longer now, they have had their fair share of homegrown talent come up through the ranks and play for the first team. So in this video, we are going to be looking at every single CF Montreal Academy graduate post their joining of Major League Soccer in 2013. And we are going to go in order from the oldest of these players to the youngest of these players, just kind of doing a where are they now, how well did they perform for CF Montreal, and how well did they perform, if they did perform, for the Canadian national team. As the goal of this is to see how well have the academies of the Canadian MLS teams, and particularly in this video, CF Montreal, benefited both the MLS team itself and the Canadian men's national team. Also, before we get into this, I apologize for pronunciation of Quebecois names. French, not my strong suit. French pronunciation, not my strong suit. So bear with me for a bit of that. So right off the bat, the first graduate for CF Montreal back when they were the Impact. Pretty much all these guys signed when they were still the Impact because CF Montreal is the brand new name for this season. The first guy was Wendel LaFifra. The center back, born in 1989, made 67 appearances for the Montreal Impact between 2013 and 2017, scoring 2 goals. He made 3 appearances for the Canadian national team, one in 2015, one in 2016, and one in 2017. And after leaving the Impact in 2017, joined Premier League de Soccer Quebec team and regular winners of that league, AS Blainville, where he has played since the 2019 season. Next up, we have defender Carl Ouimet. Ouimet made 28 appearances for the Impact between 2012 and 2014, scoring 1 goal. After the 2014 season, he moved to the New York Red Bulls, where he jumped up and down between playing for the first team and down in the lower divisions in the NASL for those 2 seasons, before in 2017 moving to the NASL. Since 2018, he has been with Indy 11 in the USL Championship, and overall through his career between 2013 and 2016, he made 18 appearances for the Canadian national team. Next up, we have a well-traveled name in Canadian soccer in Maxime Tiso. Tiso made 60 appearances for the Impact between 2013 and 2016, scoring 5 goals. Halfway through the 2016 season, he fell out of favor in Montreal and moved to the Ottawa Fury, then in NASL. In the 2017 season, he tried to get back into MLS, playing in 1 game for DC United, but that fell through, and he moved back to USL in that year to the San Francisco Deltas. After closing out the 2017 season with the Deltas, he moved back to the Ottawa Fury, who were now in the USL for the 2018 and 19 seasons. And following the folding of the Fury at the end of the 2019 season, he moved to Canadian Premier League side Forge FC, where he still plays to this day and won the 2020 CPL Championship. Tiso is another guy who got into the Canadian national team, making 13 appearances between 2015 and 2017. Next up, we have one of the biggest names to graduate from the Montreal Impact Academy, Anthony JacksonHamel. JacksonHamel made 91 appearances over 7 seasons between 2014 and 2020 for the Montreal Impact, scoring 18 goals. His best season came in 2017 when he scored 9 goals in 21 appearances in Major League Soccer for the Impact, which in that season was the most goals scored by a homegrown player in MLS. Despite being a consistent regular for the Impact in MLS, JacksonHamel has only made 9 appearances for the Canadian men's national team, scoring 3 goals, however. And as of the end of the 2020 season, he has not signed with another club after leaving Montreal Impact, leaving him as a free agent. Keeping things rolling, next we have Maxime Crepeau, a guy who has risen to hero status in Canada this year with his performances for the men's national team, especially in the most recent World Cup qualifying window in October. Crepeau made 7 appearances for the Impact back in the 2017 season, before in the 2018 season getting loaned out to Ottawa Fury in the USL, where he was their first choice keeper. Prior to the 2019 season, he was traded to the Vancouver Whitecaps, where he instantly became their first choice keeper and has been for the 2019 and 2021 seasons, and would have been for the 2020 season had it not been for a season-wrecking injury. Crepeau has made a name for himself as Canada's #2 keeper behind Milan Borjan, and has made 14 appearances for the Canadian senior national team in his career, 9 of which have come in 2021. Luis Belengoyet is a midfielder who made just 11 appearances for Montreal between 2014 and 2018, never really able to fully crack the first team. Following the end of the 2018 season, he went to the newly formed Canadian Premier League to join Winnipeg's Valor FC for the 2019 season, and then in 2020 transferred to HFX Wanderers, where he helped them reach the CPL final at the Island Games. He is the only former Impact homegrown player who currently plays his football abroad, as he this season is signed with Guja United in the Maltese Premier League. One thing the Impact Academy seems to be is a bit of a goalie mill for the Canadian national team, as next up we have James Pantemas. The 24-year-old keeper has made 21 appearances for Montreal since the 2019 season, but has become a regular starter this year. He has been a regular call-up for the Canadian national team as a third-choice keeper in recent years, but has yet to make an official appearance for the Canadian national team. David Schweinier made 7 appearances for the Impact between 2016 and 2018, scoring 1 goal. Prior to the 2019 season, he joined newly formed CPL team Forge FC in Hamilton, and has played there for the past 3 years, making a name for himself as a big game performer, scoring some crucial goals in the CONCACAF League. Next up, we have David Schweinier's brother, Matthew Schweinier. The young midfielder has already made 56 appearances for the Impact, scoring 2 goals in them, and he still remains with the team to this day. Another graduate of the class of '99, Balu Tabla, the former golden boy of Canadian football, the Alphonso Davies before there was an Alphonso Davies. Tabla, at the age of 18 back during the 2017 campaign for the Impact, played in 24 matches, scoring 3 goals. And his performances that season earned him a transfer to Barcelona in Spain. Tabla spent the second half of the 2017-2018 campaign with Barcelona B in the Segunda Division, and then the first half of 2018-19 with Barcelona B in the Segunda Division B, before being loaned out to Albacete in the Segunda Division yet again. However, Tabla could not find playing time at Albacete, and only appeared in 2 matches for them in pretty much a whole season. Following the end of the 2018-2019 Spanish season, he was loaned back for the end of the 2019 season to the Montreal Impact. And following the end of the 2019 season, Tabla's 3-year contract with Barcelona was out, and the kid who once had a €25 million release clause attached to his Barcelona contract moved back to Montreal, joining the Impact on a permanent basis. And now throughout the 2020 and 2021 seasons, he has just been able to get into 9 matches for the Impact and CF Montreal total throughout the 2 years, and seems to, at the age of 22, being falling out of favor even in Major League Soccer. Overall, Tabla has 6 goals in 37 appearances total for CF Montreal, and in addition made 2 appearances for the Canadian national team back in 2018. However, has not made an appearance for them since that time. Clement Bayiha is a young defender who has made 31 appearances so far for Montreal. just 22, he's still at the beginning of his career, but so far has made 7 appearances for Canadian youth national teams split at the U20 and U21 levels. And finally, last but not least, from the class of 1999, Daniel Kanubi, who played 2 matches for the Impact in 2019 before moving to HFX Wanderers for the 2020 season. Following the end of the 2020 season, Kanubi was released from the Wanderers, and to this date he is without a club as a free agent. Moving past the turn of the century, we have 2000-born Kirifa Yao. Yao is a defender who made 2 appearances for Montreal during the 2020 campaign, and this season he is on loan in Calgary with the Cavalry of the CPL, where he is a regular first-team player. Following players born in 2000, we jump forward a couple years to 2003, where we have 17-year-old midfielder Rita Zuhir. Zuhir signed with Montreal in December of 2020 and has made 3 first-team appearances so far. Still 17 though, so he still has a lot of growing ahead of him. And then in 2004, we have another 17-year-old, Juan Aliassi, who's a winger, who signed in 2020 prior to the winter little CONCACAF Champions League squished together tournament that happened in Florida in December 2020, and he made an appearance for Montreal during that tournament. He is a bright young talent who scored 4 goals in 5 games at the 2019 CONCACAF Boys U15 Championship. So there you have it. That is every homegrown player who is signed for CF Montreal / the Montreal Impact in Major League Soccer. Some notable statistics: as of today, October 19th, 2021, homegrown players have made a total of 369 appearances for the Impact. The leader of that being JacksonHamel with 91 appearances. And overall, all CF Montreal homegrown players have scored a total of 35 goals for the team. The leader again being JacksonHamel with 18 to his name. For the Canadian national team, CF Montreal homegrown players have made a total of 59 appearances for the national team so far, earliest coming in 2014. The leader being Carl Ouimet, who has made 18 appearances for Canada throughout his career. Overall, hard-pressed to find many goals from Impact graduates in the Canadian national team ranks, as all Impact graduates combined have only scored 3 goals for the Canadian men's national team, all 3 coming from JacksonHamel. So there you have everyone who has come out and played for Montreal from their academy since they joined MLS. Not a huge amount of pickings to choose from, but then again, the team in its current form is only 10 years old, and as we see as we go down the list, as time has moved on, the level of talent coming out of the academy has only gotten better, and that means nothing but bright things for the future of Canadian football. That does it for this video. If you'd like to hit like, if you want to see more of my stuff, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, link is down below in the description, and I will see you next time.